All right, in honor of Trans Day of Visibility, we are proud to unveil an exclusive color cover highlighting some trans non-binary Jedi. Okay, so trans means, I believe, that you believe you're one sex, biological sex, and you're trying to transition to another sex. Non-binary, I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean you're attracted to the other sex? So if you're a man who identifies as a woman, but you're non-binary, you're just a man who's attracted to women, but you get to be joining the LGBT and getting your free T-shirt. Is that how that works? Or maybe it means you don't know if you're a man or woman. Well, what were you born with? Because that's a pretty good indicator. High Republic comic absolutely sucks. You gotta read it to believe it. We support trans lives. I'm just gonna skip the obvious joke there. And we are passionate and committed to broadening our representation in a galaxy far, far away. That is surprisingly looking exactly like this little corner of this galaxy. This little corner of the solar system, third planet. It actually looks pretty much like, current social justice America in this galaxy far, far away. Weird how that works out. Okay, I didn't understand this. I read these comics. There's 2 series of the High Republic, and I didn't understand it at first. I read the trans Star Wars issue, and I thought they were using they, them pronouns for these 2 twins. I thought it had to do because they were twins, they could read each other's minds. It was something like that, like they didn't consider themselves the individual. I didn't realize it was some kind of non-binary trans thing, whatever all that means. I didn't stop to think about it. You just kind of, let's get to the scenes down here. Yeah, these comics are as bad as these. There's nothing to entice you. You realize you talk about less than 1% of the population identifies as the opposite sex. So it's not a huge market you're opening yourself up to. So this scene here, she calls him he corrects him. It's like whatever. It's just so freaking ridiculous. It's impossible to take seriously a bunch of POC and WOCs running around and either saving the evil blonde men or fighting the evil blonde men. And if I had free speech, I would tell you what I really felt about these comics. I was wondering, what would YouTube be like if they had like a day a month where it was a free speech day and you could just anything goes. Somehow I don't think that's going to happen. So I went back and I took a look at issue 3, and there is a vibe with these comics. It's a cat lady energy in the High Republic. So I looked at the guy who wrote it, Kavan Scott, and he is pure cat lady energy. Or maybe they, them, it is a cat lady. What makes somebody this soy? I don't know. I have to assume that it's 20 years of wet willies and snuggies. Maybe he was abused by George Lucas, so this is his way of getting revenge. Congratulations, you nerfed Star Wars. Cat ladies, cat lady energy. Cat lady writers create cat lady characters. The thing is, there's just not enough cat ladies to support your product, but these people seem to think that there are. They specialize in, how do I say this? Women who scissor each other, wear comfortable Birkenstocks, and are sans mammary glands. Like all comics nowadays. Chicks are 5'6", 115 pounds, which in real life, if you saw that woman jogging down the street, she'd probably be a beautiful soccer mom. But in comics, comics are a little bit exaggerated. The dudes all look like powerlifters, and the chicks are all, should be just ridiculous proportions, because it's just a two-dimensional, it's aspirational, inspirational. It's a very simple base, or at least it used to be, which is why they sold and why stuff like this. It's like, who are you selling this to? You're not selling this to anyone. I don't know what the sales are. I'm not even look them up. They're crap. Anyway, there's no way that anybody is reading this. It was a chore to get through. It's like jogging in sand. And this is going to sound sort of obvious, but the problem with comics is that pussies are writing them. And we use nice euphemisms like soy boys or bundles of sticks or cigarettes. But we know that there's something wrong with these people. They have this smarmy, smirky energy. I don't think they were socialized correctly as kids because they all come across as whiny and passive-aggressive. High Republic comics, they go out of their way to be bad. Breastless POCs with half the head shaved has to rescue a stupid little blonde kid. I don't want to see the POC chick. I would rather see a blonde, blue-eyed hero, somebody more like Luke or Han. Breastless women of color are not cool, not at all. Maybe with the exception of Grace Jones, but you, sir, are no Grace Jones. So I flipped through issue 3. The symbolism is enough to make you gag. All these diverse aliens living together peacefully. Why would they? They can't mate with each other, though I hope I never see them try. They don't eat the same things. They have different ways of doing things. They have different religions and values. None of this makes sense. The whole time you read this comic, that's what you'll be saying to yourself, plus 4-letter words. But diversity is our strength, except it doesn't seem to be working out on Earth. So in Star Wars, all these diverse aliens live together, but they all act exactly the same. That doesn't make sense either. None of this makes sense because it's not an organic story. It's just propaganda from fart-huffing San Francisco Tesla drivers. Oh, and it would be funny if these guys, the writers and the artists, actually did drive Teslas in San Francisco, or at least drove hybrids. Oh, and our breastless, color shaved head hero uses her lightsaber as a flashlight. Never mind, it's a deadly weapon that can cut through steel, though not Beskar. And they have spaceships, but they don't have flashlight. And there's something else it can't cut through. I forget the other thing. They don't have flashlights. So for some reason, she wears a dozen layers of clothing, so it must be freezing out. Except they're not wearing headgear to keep the head warm, or gloves. And she has 2 straps that dangle from her waist and do absolutely nothing but get in the way. Her sidekick is a little blonde kid who is so stupid. He sees a pit in the ground and decides to just jump to his death. If he is that suicidally stupid, he wouldn't make it past infancy. And apparently in the comic he says he's familiar with these holes. And presumably he's familiar with gravity. It really sucks at about 10 meters per second squared. He decides to just jump in there and just die. This is a plot convenience, so the black chick with the shaved hair and the lack of boobage can save him. Because she's black and he's blonde and she needs a plot device. That's it. That's the only reason they're there. Just imagine if you swapped the characters around. If you had a stupid little black girl that just jumps in a hole only to be saved by the blonde male hero. People would justifiably say how stupid that was. I would too. Listen, just because I talk a lot about what you're doing to these characters, I don't want you to turn it around and make black people idiots or make anyone idiots. That's not how you write characters. Your good characters are all pretty much good. They have strengths and weaknesses, but they're all cool. Even in the original Star Wars, Han, Luke, and Leia had their strengths and weaknesses. And even back in 1977, you had the chick doing cool stuff. So this wouldn't work even if you swapped out the sexes and colors. It's stupid no matter what. It's a plot device. It is not okay to portray. Yeah, I got a rash on my finger because probably the dog has been sleeping on my pillow again. It's not okay to portray blondes in a negative light just so you can elevate POC characters. It feels fake, gay, and condescending because blonde people build castles and symphony orchestras. They build amazing societies. You can't dumb down blonde people and have it feel authentic. And when you make it every single time, it's a bit obvious. I can't imagine this is popular. No boy wants to read about a bunch of cat ladies running around doing things that aren't believable. Fertile young women don't make a habit of putting themselves into dangerous positions. That sounds kind of kinky. They want to have kids. It's hardwired into them. They don't do anything that puts their eggs at risk. It's just come on, Calvin Scott. I mean, there's a lot of things I could say, but I'll try to avoid the ad hominem and go to just the story itself. It's hard because they're so aggressively bad. I mean, this is like the guy is giggling to himself and just smirky and smarmy and saying, I'm gonna make those chads so upset. No, because they're not reading it. They're just laughing. They're laughing at you. It's like you look at the cover and you're like, oh, hold on. All right, this is a cover. I can't. The format is different. It's the shave, half the head shaved. She's got a double-ended dildo, and she's wearing 18 layers of clothes, but she does have gloves in this image, and she's got these two little straps that don't do anything but get in the way. It's just developmentally disabled bundles of stickers. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Get onto Odysee and BitChute. I think I'll have a giveaway when Odysee hits 100. I don't know what I can give away. I can give away books, but like I said, I don't know if people read books anymore. I've got a lot of science fiction books, zombie books. I guess I have a lot of graphic novels that I don't know if I don't. I think it's probably. I've got a lot of stuff I could probably give away. It's like I hate to part with graphic novels and comics and stuff, but the bookshelves can only take so much. I'm looking around the bookshelves now. I was like, they're double stacked. It's like, I could probably give away some Clive Cussler hardcovers. Stephen King. I got a lot. I got a lot I could give away. I would even pay for shipping just to give them away.